Hello students, it is the third session of the first lesson Science Part 1st 9th Standard. What we have discussed in the last session, towards the end of a second session, we have discussed information about acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration is a rate of change of velocity. So equation we have discussed. Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. That is, acceleration is equal to v minus u divided by t. This is the point we have discussed. Then accelerations are of three kinds: positive acceleration, negative acceleration, and the zero acceleration. After discussing the acceleration, within this third session, we are moving towards the next part, that is graphical representation of a motion. So within that one, many graphs we are going to learn, and from this graph some equations we are going to derive in the second session. See here, the first part we are discussing here, graphical representation of motion. Within that one, graphical representation for uniform motion. What is uniform motion? When an object is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, then that kind of motion is called as uniform motion. See here, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. That means here time duration is of 10 seconds because time we are taken in second. Second, distances are in meter. So in the first 10 seconds we having 15. In the second 10 seconds, that means 10 to 20, again 15. That means 15 and 30. 30 minus 15, again 15 we are getting. So here at 30, the distance covered by the object is 45. So after 20, within 10 seconds, again there is an increase of 15 meter distance. So wherever you go, difference in between consecutive two terms, 15 minus 0, 15, 13 minus 15, 15, 45 minus 30, 15, 60 minus 45, 15, 75 minus 60, 15, 90 minus 75, again 15, and lastly 105 minus 90, 15. That means in equal 10 seconds. That is, time interval is also same, 10, 10, 10, 10 seconds. And distance covered by the object is also 15 meter everywhere. So this object is covering equal distances in equal time interval. So this motion is considered as a uniform motion. Now we are considering the graph of distance is to time. That is distance time graph. That means on x-axis we are considering time, which is in second. So what is 1 centimeter? On x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to here 10 seconds. Okay, what we have considered on y-axis? Distances is in meter. So here 1 centimeter is equal to 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 and 120. So on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to here 20 meter. This distance we have discussed. See now, for 0, 0, for 10, 15, for 20 it is 30, for 30 it is 45, for 40 it is 75. So if you plot a graph of these points of a time and distance, and if you draw one line passing through these all points, so we are getting the straight line. So as we are getting the straight line, that means for uniform motion, distance time graph is a straight line. So this is the conclusion from that one. For uniform motion, which graph? Distance time graph. Distance time graph is straight line. So what is our conclusion? If distance time graph is straight line, then definitely that motion is called as uniform motion. That means for uniform motion, distance time graph is straight line. or if distance time graph is straight line, then motion is uniform. That is the conclusion from this. So come to the next point. Now here we having uniform motion, here non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion is also called as accelerated motion. What is the accelerated motion? That is non-uniform motion. When object is not covering equal distances in equal time interval, then that kind of motion is called as non-uniform. See, time interval is same, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. So in between two consecutive terms we having difference of 5 seconds. 5 minus 0, 5, 10 minus 5, 5, 15 minus 10, 5, 20 minus 15, 5. So here time interval is same. But what about here? 7 minus 0, here we are getting 7. 12 minus 7, we are getting 5. 20 minus 12, we are getting 8. So here we are getting 10. Here we are getting 11. Here we are getting again 9. And here we are getting 8. So from 0 to 5, 7 meter. 5 to 10, 5 meter. 10 to 15, 8 meter. Again 15 to 20, 10 meter. So what we have discussed here, equal time interval and equal distances, but here equal time intervals are there, but distance covered by the object is not same. Everywhere we having the change in the distance covered. So this kind of motion is called as non-uniform, and non-uniform motion is also called as accelerated motion. So see now, so 5, 7, the first point we are getting. 10, 12, second point we are getting here. 15, 20, for 15 it is 20, third point we are getting. 20, 30, for 20 time we are getting here distance. Okay, see what we have considered on x-axis time. So here 1 centimeter is equal to 5 seconds we have considered. And y-axis we have considered distance which is in meter. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 meter. That distance we have considered. Okay, now 25, 41. 25 here we are getting 41. So 30 we are getting 50. And lastly 35 we are getting 58, little below than that one. And if you join all the points, see what we are getting here. We are not getting the straight line, we are getting the curved line. So as uniform motion is there, graph is a straight line. But when non-uniform motion is there, graph is curved line. So here shall we conclude, for non-uniform motion, distance time graph is curved line. So this is important, curved line. And non-uniform motion. For uniform motion, this graph is straight line, and for non-uniform motion, graph is curved line. So conclusion, if distance time graph is curved line, then motion is non-uniform. If distance time graph is straight line, then motion is uniform. After discussing these two graphs for uniform motion and non-uniform motion, third graph we are discussing velocity time graph for uniform velocity. See, what is meant by uniform velocity? Uniform velocity is that velocity in which always it is covering the equal distance in equal interval of time. That means it is a constant velocity. And when constant velocity is there and if motion is linear, definitely displacement divided by time is equal to velocity, and displacement, that is distance for the straight line. Distance time graph is a straight line. That means for uniform velocity, this graph is also straight line. Once again I am explaining. See, displacement and distance covered for a linear motion is the same, because there is no change in direction. And so wherever we are considering displacement, we can consider the distance. So uniform speed means what? The speed is constant. That means in equal interval of time, Speed will not change. So speed is constant. That is velocity is also constant. So distance time graph is a straight line. That is the conclusion from the last graph. That means distance divided by time is a straight graph or straight line. That means distance divided by time is a velocity. Distance and displacement is same for straight. So distance divided by time, instead of that we are considering displacement divided by time, because object is moving in same direction, that is linear motion. You should not make puzzle or you should not get little confusion. For a straight motion, linear motion, displacement and distance is same. So distance divided by time or displacement divided by time, that is the same. So displacement divided by time is velocity, and displacement, that is distance divided by time, that graph is straight. So this velocity's graph also straight one, because we having constant velocity. So in textbook they have given the train is traveling with the uniform velocity of 60 km per hour. So for 60 we are drawing one graph. That is the straight line we have presented, because for constant velocity graph is straight line. Now t1 is a time from 2 hour to 4 hour, that is t2. In between that one, how much time traveled by, how much distance traveled by this train. So suppose this is a point P, this is point Q, and here point R, and this one is a point S, because we are going to draw perpendicular lines. So what we are getting here, PQRS is this is the one rectangle we are getting. So what is height here? Here 60, and here 4 minus 2, that is 2 hours. So here 2 hours and here 60 km. So how much time? See, speed is 60 km per hour. So how much time it has traveled? 4 minus 2, only 2 hours. So per 1 hour 60 km, for second hour again 60 km, so 120. So 120 km distance traveled by this train within 2 hours. So how we can solve this one? See, area of quadrilateral PQRS, that is equal to length into breadth, because it's a rectangle. So PQ into PS. So what is here? 2 hours or 2 into 60. So 120 km, that is the distance traveled by this train within the 2 hours. So by calculating the area of this quadrilateral formed because of, that is here we having the time on the x-axis, that is 1 hour is the limit, and here we having velocity. So velocity time, this quadrilateral gives the area traveled by or distance traveled by the train. So what is true with this? That will be true for the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, accelerated motion. See, what is meant by uniform acceleration? Here, the first one. The velocity changes by equal amount. See here, these are the velocities, not a distance. What is the velocity here? For 0, 0, equal time interval, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 5 second is a time interval. 0 to 8, that is 8 minus 0, 8. 8 to 16, again 8. 16 to 24, that is final velocity divided by final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So time is again 5. So 8 divided by 5, here is also 8 divided by 5, here is also 8 divided by 5. So acceleration is same. That means for each and every equal time interval, velocity increase, change in velocity is same, not velocity, change in velocity. Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. 16 minus 8 divided by time, that is 8 divided by 5. Every year we are getting the 8 divided by 5. So 8 divided by 5, that is equal acceleration is there, and so acceleration is not changing. So wherever you go in between any two consecutive time intervals, we are getting acceleration same, because final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time, 8 divided by 5, this ratio we are getting. So here the velocity changes by equal amount. 8 to 16 again 8, 16 to 24 again 8, 24 to 32 again 8. So every 5 seconds there is a change in velocity by 8 meter. So this is called as what? Uniform accelerated motion. So what is the definition of uniform accelerated motion? The velocity changes by equal amount in equal time interval, thus it is uniform accelerated motion. See here, we are going to plot a graph. On x-axis, we are considering here time, which is in second, and on y-axis here we having, that is velocity, which is meter per second. So what is on x-axis? X-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 seconds, and on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 8 meter per second, that is the velocity. So first 0 0 5 8 5 8 10 16 15 24. If you plot a graph like this one, again we are getting the straight line. So this one, what kind of velocity? In equal time interval, change in velocity is same, that means acceleration is same. Acceleration is a constant, change in velocity is a constant. So this motion is called as uniform accelerated motion. That means for uniform accelerated motion, always graph is straight line. But what about the non-uniform motion? Non-uniform motion, here for non-uniform motion, accelerated motion, we having the graph of any shape, maybe curve, maybe zigzag. So it is depend on the values by which acceleration velocity is changing, or by which quantity velocity is changing. So what is the conclusion from this one? See here, first conclusion, when you plot a graph of velocity time relation, the rectangle or a quadrilateral form represents the area or a distance traveled by. Area of this rectangle means what? Distance traveled by that object. And from this graph we got velocity changes by equal amount in equal time interval. Such kind of motion is called as uniform accelerated motion. And for uniform accelerated motion, always velocity time graph is straight line. And for non-uniform motion, we do not having the values, so the graph is depend on what kind of values we having, so we can't tell what kind of shape we will get. So here explanation is what? Any shape. Now as we have discussed here, see what we have discussed here, the area of this quadrilateral formed in between any two time interval, this area is equal to distance traveled by the train or distance traveled by the object. So here is also we having one graph. See what kind of graph we having here. Suppose here time interval is 10, like that graph. Here time interval is 10 to 20. So here we having T1, here we having T2. So from T2 to T1 to T2, so how much distance that train will travel? So now here we have to draw these lines. So here we having value, suppose this one is A, this one is a B, here we having C, and here we having D. So definitely this area is equal to what? Distance traveled by the train. So again I am going to extend this line. So here we having perpendicular or not. So suppose we having the D. So this totally quadrilateral. Which quadrilateral? Area of quadrilateral ABCD. ABCD is nothing but what? Distance traveled by the object. Distance traveled by an object. So how to find that one? See here, we having here quadrilateral. So here area of quadrilateral, which one? ADCD. Consider here E. AECD plus here we having one triangle. So area of triangle, which one? AEB. So by area formula, by checking the area of triangle, that is 1/2 into base into height, or 1/2 into side forming the right angle, and this one length into breadth. We can find area of total quadrilateral, and total quadrilateral area is the distance traveled by the object. Again one, so what is the initial velocity? Initial velocity is 16 km per hour. So what is the final velocity here? 32 km per hour. So what is the average velocity? So average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity, or final velocity divided by 2. So what is here? 16 plus 32 divided by 2. So here 48 divided by 2. So answer is 24 km per hour. So in between A and B, average velocity of the train is 24 km per second, and from T1 to T2, that means from 10 second to 20 second, in between this 10 seconds, so 20 final velocity into initial velocity, that is 20 minus 10, we are getting 10. So within this 10 second, how much distance will be travelled by the train? That is equal to area of that quadrilateral ABCD, and area of quadrilateral ABCD can be found with this formula.